Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
What's cracking, friends? We're back here on the B stream. It's StarSeries, fully underway, halfway through this third day.
Yep.
And we've got some hella good matches coming up, Launders. We have NRG and MIBR. For any of you North Americans who have stayed up all this time to catch it at what time is it? It doesn't matter. It's late or early. You know, it's probably 4 a.m., 5 a.m.?
In Toronto,
5:30.
it is 5:30 a.m.
So, welcome. It's all going to be worth it because we have NRG and MIBR. You know, there's a little bit of a grudge match in here, but it's not the only game that we have today, and it's not the only game that we've had either. So before we get into what remains on the B stream, let's just take a bit of a summary, a review. Big 2-0 pain. They keep themselves alive in this tournament. Team Spirit 2-1ing Tyloo. That was a 1-1 matchup, so both those teams still having another life. And then NRG MIBR, another 1-1 game after NRG lost yesterday to Fnatic, who is featured in our final best of 3 on the B stream later, versus the Frenchman of Vitality. Zai, woot woot, is ready to tear him.
Hopefully he's not the whole team today.
No.
No. There are other players. There's MBK. There's Apex. There's RPK.
The tank.
Who's the last player? Alex.
Yeah. Yo, he actually had some stellar performances yesterday.
Okay.
He was lighting up the servers. So that's coming later. But what we have first is a very real treat, a true NA delight. NRG Esports, MIBR, and here's the veto process. We've got NRG with the Inferno pick, Mirage on the choice of MIBR, and if we go the distance, it's all the way to the old Dusty Trail. DE Dust 2.
Nice. This is a pretty good maps for, again, both teams. MIBR, they did get 16-0 by Astralis on Nuke at the major.
Yep.
But they love Dust 2. They played it a lot. They have good strats on it. They kind of let it drop off for a bit, but it's still a map they're happy to play. Inferno is a really good map for both NRG and MIBR, but I think it'll be slightly better for NRG. Happy to pick into it.
Yep.
And they'll be happy to play Mirage as well. They only banned it yesterday versus Fnatic because it was Fnatic's best map, but they're still going to be fine. And yeah, a series that could go the distance easily, but one that I think NRG is slightly favored in.
Yeah, I think you still have to kind of give them that slight edge, right? Sure, they take a bit of a hiccup yesterday versus Fnatic, but I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was, like 15-4 of a comeback to make that overtime happen on Nuke. So they were on such a back foot Sure, it was their own map choice. Sure, they shouldn't have been there to begin with, but they showed us some resiliency, only then to fall in overtime.
Is it resilience or resiliency?
I don't know. I said resiliency.
I'm pretty sure resilience is a word, so then what does resiliency mean?
Something that would be...
I know tuna says it a lot, but I've never understood if that's
Tuna?
actually a stunna.
Stunna,
I
okay.
call him tuna.
Why would you do such a thing?
Big tuna.
It's because he smells bad, huh?
I like the smell of tuna.
Now, I don't know if you're talking about Trace or the fish, so
Oh, yeah.
I'll just chalk it up to either.
Leave it to the imagination.
Yeah. What was I talking about? Something about NRG and something
Their
about
comeback
how...
on Nuke on CT side, they showed
Yeah.
some
resilience.
Yeah.
Resilience. I like that you offered me both options in a way of explaining to me that I was wrong. So it's not like you're saying, hey, Connor, you're wrong, you idiot. It's just like,
Like,
are you
hey,
wrong?
Connor, show yourself
when
you're
I know
wrong.
I am. So
I mean, it might be a word.
it might be.
He also says veterancy,
Who
which
does?
is a word. Tuna. Stunna.
Okay.
Which is a word. Resilience or veterancy.
Veterancy.
But it's like, is veterans a word?
He would know.
I don't know. He is a veterans.
Right.
Let's see.
So Inferno to start, Mirage the second, Dusty the third. I'm kind of happy that we're not going to find ourselves on the trains, on the nukes. You know, there's just a nice
What's wrong
element.
with those maps?
The complexity of them. You know, I want a little simplicity,
Okay.
some simplenesisms. And that's what we're going to get here on Inferno,
Okay.
folks. So without further ado, let's just get into the game, baby. MIBR to the CT side, NRG to the top of Banana. That is a full-fledged push. And as Fallen fires off the USP, he will catch ahead of Daps. It's not going to stop this large cohort of Ts from getting into the bomb site. Sure enough, Fallen and Fur both executed. So 4v3 bomb plant. They're going to be happy to take it, but Phelps will take Tarek down. And the retake's on. Already so close. Taco
Whoa.
just gets nailed. Crucified by Cirque.
Cirque is here, ready to fight, and now it's a 2v2. Last two players are spotted.
They've got them pinned into the back of the bomb sites. No kit currently on these CTs. Could be the one behind the new box. That's where Ethan's at. Now they know that both the terrorists are here, but the bomb is ticking quickly and Phelps is all alone. Ethan, both of those headshots in the 2v2, and it's NRG with a first pistol.
Really good try. They got that 2v2 close. There was damage there. They knew where they were. They moved in properly, and it just came down to those shots. So a solid effort, but a good rush from NRG. Getting in fairly clean, getting the bomb down nice and early. It was simple. There's not a lot to talk about with a strat like that. For MIBR, they're like, yeah, they went B fast. Yeah, we didn't trade out as well as we could have. Yeah, we let the bomb go down. We made that retake a little bit difficult, and that was the tail of the tape. Force up here for MIBR. They have got a single scout, but NRG are moving fast up mid, refreshing smokes on top of mollies and pushing arch.
Whoa, that MP9 with the first one. We've got a bouncing Tarek hopping past the CTs, then deciding to double back here. Maybe feeling like they're getting boxed in on the fact that no other counter-terrorists have faced them, and they wouldn't be wrong. You've got library presence, a deep CT player in the form of Fallen Scout, and even Cold Zera towards Moto. So don't go. Instead, fall back. If they can win a duel outside of apartments, or if they can start clearing out these counter-terrorists as they walk inside to side, then they should be all right. But Taco's revealed himself, and he's going to fall downwards. Here's the footsteps up and above, and almost finds Dap as he's jumping, but it is cleared. The bomb site open for the plant, even though this damage is substantial. Look at NRG. They're all softened up.
They can take these guns into the next round, and it seems like MIBR might do that. They're going to resign to the plant, which is probably a safe play, smart to do. If you're MIBR, they've got a few nades as well to hold on to. And Young Fallen is just waiting for a careless peek. He'll probably have one opportunity to hit a shot. It would have to be lightning fast. It'd be pretty unreal if he was able to hit that, and he does. Tarek's face is completely gone off. NRG, and he had to try to save there, so that is one frag. They recover 2 AKs. I think Tarek had a gun that they needed to drop anyway, or upgrade. So bomb goes off. MIBR, pretty decent round. They'll have another chance to buy up, and Daps cannot pick up that second AK, so that's a pretty big loss for NRG. Down to 1. Rebuys are not going to be fantastic. Ethan will be dropped an AK so Daps can rebuy one. And then they'll probably have... I mean, why buy a Galil? Get an SMG. You know that MIBR are not going to be buying this round. You saw it was head armor. Cirque should certainly get a MAC 10. Oh, okay.
I think
It's a farm up round. This would be really strange for MIBR to reforce into it.
I guess they're thinking forward, not wanting to have to upgrade. So I feel like in order to justify this, nobody can die.
Yeah,
Nobody can die at all.
No one can die, and
For NRG, that is.
you had the prospect of making a lot of money if you got some SMGs up, and also you're kind of expecting to lose at least 1 or 2 people.
Well, not everyone's motivated by money, Mohan.
Well, you should be. Makes the world go round.
Earth's flat.
Well, it doesn't go around the globe, but it still goes around a flat plane.
Okay.
Yeah, in flat circles.
Bomb sat back towards spawn. NRG going to open up their options. Take it nice and easy. Reminiscent of the last round, which I thought was going to be another push. And I'm thinking, damn, NRG, like this is some no-respect CS straight out the gates. But once they hit Arch, they did slow down.
Yeah, last round, you know, they rushed up mid to go Arch, because if there's going to be 3 at A, then Arch is usually weaker. If you get 2 kills at A right away at mid, then you go up lane, because there's only going to be the pit player left over. So it's a very simple split. They have really good spacing right now, and they're moving fast.
Ooh. Coldzera, however, with Taco, have both picked up the frag. And now Ethan's going to have to get up close and personal if he wants to clear the pit. He will. Bomb still on his back, so he's going to have to double back and go in for the plant.
They don't have lane control, so they've got to be careful. It's going to burn a little bit more time off the clock. Landed safe for pit. And they've got to be aware of halls. Breeze being low is kind of a problem, but he also gets a kill. Phelps and Fur can once again decide if they want to try to go for it. They're going to be buying in full next round, so, you know, these are not the best guns ever.
Ooh,
not bad.
Nice. I mean, we talked about how NRG needed to get away here unscathed because they had 5 rifles in on this. Sure, 1 Galil, negligible loss, but those AKs are going to come back to haunt them. Ethan and Cirque will reside in pit.
What? Even Fur has the Starladder sweater? I want one. He's got the camo Starladder sweater.
Oh, they're just going to soften him up. Fare thee well, Ethan. Nice knowing you.
That's in pit, yeah.
And Fur, yeah, I might as well. It's just the MP9, but can't get down fast enough.
4 guns lost, 1 Galil, 3 AKs.
That's huge.
And if it was just SMGs, they got $600 a kill. Rebought. Look, they're rebuying Galils. That's so gross.
Ugh.
That's yucky. So officially, MIBR have a stronger buy, and NRG have not made money. Pretty bad. Now Daps buys a MAC 10. I mean, it's pretty much because he's forced to, but...
This is, I mean, NRG with a 3-0 start. Good on them. You
It's
know,
okay.
making the most of the conversions, but they are in no way better off than MIBR right now.
And MIBR's loss bonus is like, you know, gaining strength.
Well, we'll see if they can make the most of the little they have and then try to farm some up. Daps and Ethan. Well, they're going to get themselves 2 opening kills towards Banana. Fallen falls off. Glass Cannon, take note, alone on the B-bomb site now.
This is one of those difficult mid rounds. You don't really have Banana, you don't really have mid. You do have some time. But they've got to survey their options and pick something relatively quickly. They know it's probably going to be a 1-2 situation, but it doesn't make B that easy to take still. It's pretty 50-50, and it's also fallen with the op at B, so just pretty good positions from MIBR. They're making a ton of noise at top Banana.
Just going to say
Look
that.
at the amount of footsteps they're hearing. What is this?
So, I mean, easy justification to the rotate over. Fallen, blinded, walks into the Molotov. Shoulder peek, not going to get him bested just yet, but sure enough, he goes down. And now it's Tarek to swap over to that op in the 1v3. Turned 1v2 to start. Flash meant for the coffin peak. Coldzera just standing in no man's land. And now Tarek, he knows that last player is coming off a Banana because of the flash. The support could come back to doom Taco. But Tarek has to nail him, and it's just not going to happen. Taco with the kill and MIBR's first round.
Super strong peek from Taco. He was just perfect, like barely shoulder to shoulder, made that as hard as possible for Tarek. Tarek still could have won certainly, but yeah, that was a solid 1v1. I'm really sketched out by NRG right now. That round, you saw they were making so much noise at top Banana, and it was a 3v3. Fallen's by himself. Rotate comes in early. he does a fantastic job by himself with the op, but he had so many clues as to what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, he heard more than one pair of footsteps, so it's not even going to seem like a crummy fake. It's like guaranteed these guys, more than half the team are right in front of me. Why make that noise? They had enough time to slow it down, throw their smokes properly, and then go in and delay the rotate as long as possible. So in a sense, I'm kind of glad MIBR won that round. It's also, again, because the anti-ecos weren't good. The buying decisions have been weird for NRG. Their money's not in a great place. So MIBR have a prime opportunity now to steal back the momentum. They've also got the loss bonus in their favor. I feel like they can really take control of the situation now.
Oh, ugh. Not only Mac 10s, but a Tech 9 in there.
Wow. That's, I mean, they're buying into a team that has better loss bonus, and they're doing it with way worse weapons, and they're going up against a much better buy. And Fallen also has an op still.
It's but he didn't get armor.
Yeah, he didn't have armor last round either.
Yeah.
So it was just what he could afford. Maybe he dropped the gun. Yeah, he must have dropped the gun.
Wow, good guy Fallen. Keeps himself exposed, but now knows his teammates firing on all cylinders. Great FOMIS spray down from coldzera. Unfortunate for NRG. I mean, not even trade potential on those kills. Taco off the pit with Cold still by his side. I mean, just making mincemeat of NRG. Considering that full-fledged investment, I mean, what we see from NRG, they're just charging up through lane, coming around flashbangs. That almost looked like something that, you know, comes off the back of a P250 purchase, not
like
an
one of those,
all investment.
Yeah, for sure. That's like one of those strats you pull when you're losing 10-2 and you don't know what to do anymore on your T side. This is NRG's map pick. They're happy to play this map. They made some strange buying decisions. If they had bought SMGs in that round, I guarantee you that last round that we saw them buy, they would have had at least 3 AKs.
Right.
Losing all those guns to pistols previously, it looks very sketchy for NRG right now. I have no idea what's going on over there.
Well, Death and Decay continues. Breeze down early. Tarek tries to give chase to Fur, who is hanging on to only about a quarter health. So it could be easily a 4v4 scenario, but that's not the case. They haven't got him just yet.
It's a solid setup. It's going to be hard to break. Running Banana to see what happens. Not much MIBR have to do. Easy spray down, and that's a clean anti-eco. 5 up, 5 down for NRG. They collect a ton of money. Look how much the momentum has swung back into their favor. The economy swung all the way back into their favor. This was the start that NRG had handed to them after winning that pistol, and they just didn't capitalize in any situation. Again, we can see it's just signs of poverty. Tarek on the Galil, everyone buying down to 0. They have some nades. It's not too bad. You don't need that many nades on T side of Inferno. There's lots of ways to win without full executing, but you're limited on Banana, which is usually a big resource dump. And so there's advantage to the CTs. Also advantage to the CTs because of this op. I'm not a huge fan of that grenade. There's a very small window of timing for it to hit. And even if you're standing right there, it moves so quickly, it feels like the hitbox is just not perfect, and the stars have to align to do the full 50 damage.
Just to further that as well, I feel like if you're the A player too, you're going to have so many more tempting and so many more, or so many better opportunities later in a round to use that frag. You know, think about like from pit to lane, from pit towards Moto, if they're going to go for the arch play, it's like, just hang on. But not the case, not this time. Fallen. Able to open up. Cirque trades it back, clearing coldzera of the porch, but Tarek looks to slip past arch side, and this is going to transition very nicely into the B bomb site split. Fur found alone and completely cut off. As long as Tarek can keep himself alive, he's doing so much damage. Phelps dropped to 4 health, Fallen removed from the round, and now it is very much Fur all alone. But there they go, back towards the A site where Phelps has pushed down middle. Despite being on only 4 HP, he has robbed himself a kill, and Fur now comes from the bomb site into Banana, so looking to take the engagement on his own terms. It costs him. Ethan bests the B bomb site player and plants bomb right thereafter. Daps has to double back to keep eyes on Banana, and sure enough, Phelps is already here, so easy pickup. But Taco, with Fallen's op, is looking to clutch this out, and Ethan's moving, what? Through the edge of the wall?
He knows.
He cuts this down to the 1v1, and it's 6 HP, sure enough, but it only takes 1 bullet from this sniper to get the job done. He has the kit, and he's on the bomb. Down to 2 seconds. Daps comes round the corner, and Taco misses his chance at a hell of a clutch.
That was an easy shot to miss. A fantastic no-scope. Would have been a classy 1v2 for sure. And that was a round that MIBR definitely should have won. They had NRG against the ropes. They had them rotating back and forth up banana. There was a moment there where Tarek made a great play. He had such low HP. He made it to Arch. He re-peeked Fallen, instant Galil headshot, and that was like, oh man, they might have a chance again. But then Tarek ends up dying in library, and Phelps pushes down mid, so they know they have him corralled on banana. And NRG could have ran into B. There was only one person there. They end up losing a kill for no reason. They lose all their map control. It's understood what they're going to do, and then they still end up barely winning the round. So surprising.
I think it's a great round if you look at all of the micro engagements. You know, the amount of times where, okay, Phelps comes down middle, Fur off of the B bomb site into banana, Daps doubles back to catch Phelps on the retake attempt. It's like it's those minute moments of re-aggression were so well timed that we had like a back and forth round for what felt like 45 seconds. That was fun. I like that.
Yeah, it was fun. It's a little messy, but it was fun. And see, this is the buy that MIBR have now. It's full. It's a great buy. Same position that NRG were in, except they got way worse guns. So for NRG, they've got 2 Galils on this round. They've got they're low on nades. This exec needs to go really well.
Well, the smoke in the front side of the site. It's going to put Phelps into an awkward spot. Looked like he wanted to flash himself through, but gets blinded in the process.
No
so
rotates.
He'll hold. Yeah, good point. It's just going to be the 2 solo defenders.
Ugh.
Oh, this is cheesy. There's a knife out on the bomb carrier, but he only gets 1. It's only Cirque. Chucked to the wayside as the smoke goes down on cross. That shot zings right by Breeze's head.
This is definitely not the best CS right now. NRG threw the full exec. MIBR had limited information, yeah, but that's because they chose to do that. They had one person close at mid. They probably should have taken the opportunity when they heard all of the nades coming over from NRG, counting maybe smokes at very least, that there was a couple of people there, and then decided to retake mid, and then from there they could have rotated early, but they had plenty of time to do that. MIBR threw a lot of grenades to counter them. The flashes came through. NRG were stuck at top banana. In a better situation, MIBR just had someone spotting mid, and then when all those counter grenades were coming out at B, they could have rotated in. It would have been 5 versus 3 on the site. It would have been a much better round from MIBR, but instead, Fur and Phelps just kind of are forced to take the gun duels. I'm not sure if it's because they didn't call for the rotate, or if it's because, I mean, they're the ones with all the information, so you'd assume their communication played a hand in it. But yeah, I mean, NRG didn't do anything special. They had kind of brute forced their way into an exec, and they also seemed to get blind by almost every single counter flash that came out. And so, yeah, so it's not exactly pretty, but it's working. Would like to see MIBR just work a little bit better for information. This was something that was a hallmark of SK, was the fact that on CT side, you could never fool them into thinking it was going to be an execute. It was so hard to fake against SK, and that's because they were not scared. When they saw nades come out, they would go back for information right away. They'd make a read. They try to make plays off of that information. They weren't the team to play static, to fall back into the sites, to rely on individual players. They were super good at being aggressive, mobile, roaming, and that's not what we're seeing right now.
Cirque on the off B Fallen. Where's Fallen off to? Still playing the B bomb site, so he's back over there. Was absent in the previous round. But it's not like Cirque's to get hyper aggressive. He's just chilling, watching mid. Deep grenade. Not going to do all too much, but Fur is softened to 69 and doesn't want too fancy his chances, especially considering he's alone. It's MIBR with that early 4-man A setup.
All's control taken for NRG. 4 people on A, as you mentioned. And Fur only has an MP9 in B. It's not exactly the best gun to do this. Fallen's opping, so it's kind of weird to leave him solo. Like, also, if they do want to go 4-1 again, it's Fallen who's the fast rotate. It should be Fur, but it's probably not that much of a help to anybody with just that gun. So they might just be planning on playing the 2-3. Coldzera, not exactly on his own, but you can expect that one of these sides is going to get smoked out completely. So him not being able to fall back will be kind of a problem, but I think that smoke goes, yeah, it was at mid, so that helps out. But once again, they regress. So Fallen, yeah, has an opportunity and hits a fantastic shot. And now they can ease up. They don't really have to fight for information as much.
Yep. Especially with Fur already in position 2, right? Just in case there was the follow-up hit, but bad smoke grenade. Bounces into his face. He still tries to trudge along, and, well, Ethan's going to trade frag. Coldzera comes out from the corner. Cirque clears him, and we had Tarek taking down Taco inside of pit. Wow.
Holy smokes.
He manages the plant. I am certain that a part of him was still exposed around the edge of the box, but
felt like it.
Fur didn't want to go for that repeak on Arch side. I mean, if he wasn't exposed, I don't think he would have spun like that. So he knew. He knew he had to get it in, and he does. 2 CTs on short.
Just got to bang it, dude. He knows he's on bicycle. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Down to 3 HP. Activated. Fur able to get it. Opper back in Cirque. Now Fallen swaps to the MP9. Charges right in and just mows him down. Just in the nick of time, he's got the defuse 2. MIBR now within 1 round of NRG. Score 4-5.
Pretty sweet from Fallen. Nice 1v2 for him. They steal it back. It's a close match so far. NRG forced their way onto the A site. MIBR started that round 5v4, if we remember correctly. Fallen got that initial odd pick on Daps on Banana, and then the rotates were all good. 3 players on the site. They didn't do that great a job holding. Otherwise, obviously, we wouldn't have that after plant situation with a 1v2 to boot. But it was probably a round where they should have won starting things out. So pretty decent start in the early round for MIBR. Let's see if they can do that one more time. Taco throwing his aggressive smoke or aggressive Molotov down Banana. And oh, wow.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like Fallen definitely could have, you know, he was doing it pretty safe. He was just going to shoot and fall off. He did get full blind by a flash he didn't see, so I don't think he took an unnecessary risk there, but nice shot from Ethan.
He's going to pass that over to Cirque, understandably.
What will the adjustment be for MIBR? Got a little arch presence in Taco. Cole doesn't have to move from his spot, really. The T's got a lot of coverage right now. They're spread out nicely. The smoke is kind of strange. I think he was supposed to try to make it seem like it could be a Halls pop. But Cole's got full vision. Bomb's still back in spawn, which is totally fine for NRG. They've got lots of map control to work with. MIBR gambling. This is almost Navi-esque, but they did lose a person. They just don't seem comfortable, like, playing down Banana.
Well, Ethan gave him a reason to be hesitant this round. Remember, that's where Fallen dies, just on the edge of wall. But, well, the gamble seems to be paying off. Might not be successful, but at least the odds are high. Og. Ooh. Takes down the first in line, but then Breeze and Cirque will trade it back, so the bomb site's cleared. Not entirely. Taco is still over towards construction, but he's not going to be able to get himself into the gunfight fast enough to stop plant. No. NRG have it now. Down. Oh, and Ethan, he just caught a glimpse of Taco. Extends past Fountain as Taco was trying to catch a different kill. And Coldzera this whole time has just been chilling by pit.
That was 3B there for the CTs.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the gamble. The gamble was correct. They couldn't even delay into the red. They had 7 seconds left, and Phelps needed to delay for exactly 4 seconds and kind of swung out for the duel. I think he needed to just kind of mess with them, make it seem like he was going to full peak, and then could have played for the round instead of just trying to get a kill. They would have had a better chance of winning. So another kind of sloppy finish for MIBR. I think I respect the gamble where they assume right, and so we don't know what the information was that made them assume that, but they were correct about it. So you know that was good that they overstacked B, but NRG once again are able to bully their way in.
Not flawlessly either, right? It takes a couple trade frags.
Yeah.
Takes some damage too, but it's enough. It's enough to keep this score in their favor. 6-4.
Money's not fantastic for MIBR.
No.
Coldzera the only man to save.
So He's got the AUG plus 2 P250s. That's it. Down he goes as well. Immediately killed. Taco's going to pick up that AUG. Tarek completely caught off guard by it. And now what? Do they continue in? There's a flank. There's a flank inside of Apps. There you have it. Fallen, Best Breezy,
That's
and
2 AKs they have.
4v3.
Yeah, I mean, they know what's going on. Fer can try to delay, but it'll be difficult.
Oh, it's the Opper. Crucial kill by Cirque to still get that, as he too was caught off guard. So MIBR, with the element of surprise using these pistols, they've put themselves in a decent enough position to still win out this round. They flash right through the smoke. Taco didn't even get a shot off. Even though he runs through to see 3 Ts. There it is. Phelps gets boosted on the half wall. Fallen's by his side.
Oh,
Daps is
that was
close.
nice.
Again, trade fragged Cirque. Cirque's low because of what Fer had done. That initial pistol damage. Tapping the bomb should elicit a peek.
Oh, he knows that it was an eco. They probably didn't buy a kit. Very smart.
And he assumes correctly, playing very safely back by the half wall. Cirque will finish it off with the Glock. But damn, talk about costs. 4 dead for NRG versus 4 pistols of MIBR.
You know, I do like the fact that they had, so the AUG was a huge thing. Even though Cole died right away, Taco picked up the AUG and then got a kill with it. I like that they stacked the AUG with the 4 players at A, where normally you'd be like, good gun goes one site and then 4 pistols on one site, and that kind of makes both sides equally weak in some sense. This, they did kind of do a deliberate gamble and try to really think about A as opposed to B, and it ended up making a lot of sense, and they made sure that NRG were punished for just trying to default that round, and that's going to be scary for them moving forward. So I respect the strat from MIBR. They got a lot of value out of it for the amount of investment, and they are back on pistols, unfortunately for them. NRG will have a chance to make up for the fact that they lost so many guns last round. Taco's here pushing halls. There's the money that he got from, I guess, potentially his kill.
Oh, that Mag 7 could tear Tarek a new one. But he sees the arms, sprays down continuously for the kill. You'd think NRG are going to have that red flag that, you know, MIBR right now are playing a lot of multiple player setups. You know, there's not many people just doing one thing. So after Taco walks out Apps, I think it explains Breezy wallbanging, maybe anticipating another player in there, but that is not the case.
Some kind of stack.
It's Coldzera all the way back in pit. The remaining members of MIBR, the 3 of them on the B site, are coming over as quick as they can through spawn towards library, as Coldzera still hides in pit. He hasn't been found, and Breezy drops down, getting the kill as Tarek clears another. Bomb will be picked back up. Bomb will be picked back up, and now he's going to get that planted.
Right. Took a bit longer than it needed to. And Fer's definitely not on for the 1v3. So 2 kills there, 4 kills in the last round, both saves, really good. I mean, overall, that's 3 apiece, so that means, you know, they beat the rule of majority, and that means NRG cannot take a profit from either of these 2 rounds. And that's the most important thing. The half is almost over, so that's 1 saving grace for NRG. They get the 8th round now, which is very nice. But we move into these next couple rounds with a great chance for MIBR to scrape up a couple of rounds, make it something like a 9-6 half potentially. And that won't be too bad, but it is NRG with their feet on the ground now. They had a rough start. They luckily won the pistol to support themselves and prop themselves up, even though they had a couple of weird decisions and plays that they made. Strange reason to die. I mean, I guess I was unaware, but I also wasn't playing, so I don't know. He was like half HP?
No, full HP.
Full HP? Okay.
Full HP, just
maybe just
dying to the bomb.
Thought he was
committed to the cause.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
You know?
Asleep at the wheel a little bit, maybe. I saw him in the gym today, so I'm sure he's, you know, sharp. But yeah.
You went to the gym and went out for lunch. You had a productive day, Mohan.
I did do a lot today.
Good on you. Good on you. I decided to sleep the afternoon away before we came in for work because I anticipate another long one. I feel like with the matches we have, these could be 2 really good 3-map series.
Yeah. Well, I woke up at 5 a.m., just been up.
Oh, you predicted that. You said you were going to wake up.
Yes. And then I tweeted at 5 a.m. when I woke up. I was like half happy. I was like, I knew it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, damn it. I slept for 3 hours. Oh, man. But, I mean, I still feel great. Still went to the gym. Still got some Korean barbecue. I'm full of protein right now.
It's a hell of a day already. and the Counter-Strike's only begun.
Yeah, great matches today. I mean, this is the first one for sure, and this is only one map of potentially 3, and you can really see how it can go the distance based on the level of play right now. There's still some warming up going on, I feel like.
I feel like NRG are starting to hit their groove, though. Kills have been on point. I feel like MIBR have making the absolute most of the little they've had in some of these situations. Very good ecos on their behalf. You know, maximizing damage even though they're losing rounds. But we are reaching that point where close rounds don't count for much.
Yeah.
We are on the 13th, so, you know, throw the economy out the window. They've got themselves on the full-fledged gun round. And therefore, this is it. This is their chance to turn it back and keep the half within 1 round.
So passive, man. I really hate this. I hate when CTs do this. And it's so, and MIBR are so much better than this. There's no overstack, no gamble here from MIBR. They do have an op at least. Fallen's going to see that smoke come out. Can't really call anything off of it. It's going to come down to Coldzera in this hold.
Ooh. He'll get his first one. Daps down as well inside of the pit, but Ethan and Breeze. It's Ethan and Breeze over and over.
And see the CTs running over right now. They would have been in position as this bomb went down. Could have been a whole different round with a little bit more info. Kind of an unwinnable situation. And we could see already Fur is just at the bottom of B. Like, they're off. As soon as they see these you know, confirmation on 2 players, their pit players getting attacked, they start running. It's just such a far run.
Right.
It's such a far run. You always want to try to have a lead off, and that's why Inferno is just all about having a little bit more information on CT side. Even though that's scary and it's a little bit risky, you have no business playing the map if you're not comfortable with those risks.
Oh, Ethan will be killed on his exit. I swear if somebody else dies to the bomb.
They've got Molotovs. This could be cool. Oh.
Nope. Seem content to let it slide.
And
There you have it.
Heck out of there.
So 4-9, the score line to the favor of NRG Esports. And MIBR probably just going to buy to the grave.
It's weird because NRG are not higher ranked than MIBR on HLTV, I believe. But it feels like they're underdogs in this match because they haven't been playing well recently.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
fair. Yeah. I'm going to check, actually, the rankings. Just for the sake of certainty,
Yeah, sure.
dear friend.
Because, I mean, I don't know how much Blast did to them.
Yeah,
but
no, you are correct. MIBR currently sitting at 7th and NRG 11th.
Yeah, so NRG just haven't had many lands recently. They haven't done anything since minors,
Especially
I think,
not with Tarek.
That's
right?
you.
This is it, his first event with the team, but poor Fallen. And can't keep his rumpus tucked behind the box.
Was that Latin for ass?
I'm pretty sure rump is slang for
But
yeah, but I don't know why I added the us. I was thinking of Hampus of Red Reserve, ex-Red Reserve, now playing with Existence. What a turn of affairs.
Daps 2K entry on Banana. All to do by himself. Phelps is here listening. I mean, he can make a hero play if he wants. He's got no help. Rotates are nowhere in sight. They still don't seem sure that it's B. Man, this is super weak.
As the smoke fades, he goes in. Daps was on his screen. But didn't expect him to be swooping down from above.
I mean, it is fair that if your teammates can't get any kills, round's probably over anyway.
Yeah.
So they can't save the guns though either, it seems. Taco's only got a fall on this. Sure won't be too sad if he loses it, but they've got to buy last round no matter what. Don't know, doesn't seem like he saw Breeze in that crossing right there, so. Walking out right into his crosshair, gets the dink off, but it's just a Falmus.
A rumpus is actually a noisy disturbance or commotion.
Oh, cool.
So we learned something today.
There you go.
Rumpus.
What are some synonyms? A disturbance?
A commotion.
We suck. Moving swiftly forward.
Yeah.
15th round. Everybody buys what they can. These rounds have been just failures on site holds, especially on B. Fur and Phelps not working out too hot. Fallen also got caught off first. So
He's been there occasionally with that AWP, but
yeah.
you know, Ethan bests him with a CZ at one point. You're very much right in the sense that, like, where's the banana contest?
they just have been too scared to hold on to it. I feel like ever since that one round, remember when there was like Fur and Phelps and then they run down B and then Henry G just yelled at them for like the whole round about it? And now it's like Fur and Phelps again. They're playing B together, and they just like have not ever pushed B like since that day.
So you're saying Henry G broke MIBR?
Broke MIBR on Inferno.
They are going to just scoot one more player over towards the B site. Phelps floating around Arch, in fact. But again, no forward positioning. There's nobody up on brackets. There's nobody deep inside of apps.
Talk to him.
Come on. Get moving. Or you're going to get cooked. Cirque has found Fur. This is going to isolate the MIBR players even further. They are very much 2 players per bomb site. That MP9 can be upgraded into the AWP.
Whoa.
Or does he fancy a push? Flashbang's there for him, but haha, Ethan in the corner. But Fallen hot on the heels of his teammate, will trade it back, knows now that he's being pinched from spawn. Of course, that's the play, NRG, coming from Arch and Banana. But Fallen, sure, he gets past the first 2, only for Breezy then to sniff him out like a hound. He's been hunted on the B site. So the final kill should be that of Dabs. coldzera walks into his demise, a shot between the eyes, and NRG with an 11-4 T side here on Inferno.
They looked a little bit better every single round. MIBR, it was sloppy. Some people are into that. I don't think MIBR are though.
It has me thinking of the 4 rounds we saw MIBR win. 3 of those are very much a product of the early buy decisions of NRG. Remember when they're picking up rifles instead of SMGs? They kind of economy screwed themselves. And now I think back, like, you know, NRG are the only team here at StarSeries with a 16-0 map win, and this could have been even more convincing than 11-4, I think, if MIBR didn't have that bit of injection of cash early. So it was a long time ago that we saw MIBR with any stake here in this first map.
At least they get to move on to the T side, and they won't have to deal with those problems. They've really got to look back at that game tape and just talk about their CT setups. It just seems like, yeah, NRG weren't playing all that special. We're just better every step of the way, keeping it simple as well. Big push here from NRG. They've got full alt control. They're peering down. Normally you see teams running down mid. This is a cool way to do it. It seems like Fur had no idea that this has happened, so popping their head up might be a bit risky, but they've also got mid control. They are flanking hard right now.
Yeah, I was going to say no one's watching flank. Fur did just turn around, but yeah, as he rounds the corner, Reese does too. So they've lost their leader. Fallen down. Phelps, however, clears the flank. Now this could open an avenue back to the A site, especially considering Fur has just died inside of B. Bomb does head back towards mid, but Taco continues the quest.
Yeah, it's great. Taco is just being very selfless right now. Oh, whoa, they're coming back? They thought the rotates were out. They thought it was called.
Right.
Damn, that was actually such a good play for a second.
They're going to double push Banana. Oh, a hopping Tarek gives him a chance. Phelps just needs the headshot, but he can't land it. And so NRG will pick themselves up both pistols here on Inferno.
Crazy rounds, man. Very, very crazy. That was almost a good idea. I feel like if Taco just cut comms right there and just trusted that he made the right play. I mean, NRG were tucked into their spots, but that didn't really tell him much. I mean, for 3 of those players to evacuate to A was probably a lot less likely. But he thought he had a read, I guess, and it was 2v3, so they went for that. They went for that risk, and it wasn't correct. It's a really tough spot to lose a pistol round. They've only got 4 rounds in the map so far. And with a huge advantage, NRG will show it by throwing their incendiaries down Banana. Comfortable spots on the site right now. Tarek up in the treehouse. MIBR players in alt, they haven't got great guns. So it might be around where they just sit and talk about stuff.
Like their feelings?
Talk about feelings.
Tarek ready to just catch him off guard. Such a cheesy position. Every time I see someone here, I want to see them succeed. I also just want to see them die. But
it's a good spot.
Yeah, it is. You get such a shadow advantage, clearly shown there with the kill versus coldzera. And also, if you're the boiler player, like, are your eyes set there first? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
so
you can move back to the other balcony, only watch boiler. You can get the shadow on the player coming out mid. You can push forward and jump onto the balcony.
Yep. If they start pushing arch, then you can literally jump up. You know, it's like you can move forward, backwards, or just lock it down. So
a lot of utility there. Okay.
It's sweaty, but it works.
Yeah, it's sweaty, and sometimes that's a good thing. There's very few chances for MIBR to come back into this. This is going to be one of their best opportunities. They don't have full utility, but again, not a huge problem on T side. One of the main issues probably is that Fallen's not opping. I'm sure he would want to. Bombs left in spawn right now, so you can tell that MIBR are going to go for a flat-out default. But they're challenging Banana against CTs who have a much better utility advantage, so there's a high risk they take a lot of damage here. They do throw a good nade in response. Ethan does get some info. It's not going to tell him a whole lot, and it looks like they're going to go for the retake. Deep smoke behind the Molotov, and a push out now at the MP9s. But a great counter flash. That was actually a counter flash from T-spawn too, so nicely set.
They still want to sink their teeth into this B site.
It's cool. They held on to a Molotov, 3 smokes, so they fought off all of that banana pressure for very little utility, and they took some damage, but overall they're moving ahead with their plans. Not such a bad round for MIBR.
3 players currently on the B site though. Tarek has worked his way over. This is going to leave a big question mark over top of the apartments. I mean, you know, we talked about that forward positioning of the players on the A site and how we had MIBR just tucked away. At least this time, you know, Cirque did just have eyes towards top mid, so he sees that there's presence now. He's very much aware that they're getting closer and closer. It's going to justify Tarek to double back. And Breeze should really just be worrying about apps or that truck lane. There are 4 players coming in on him. He hears all the footsteps, and wow, he just manages this beautifully. 2 kills of his own, but Taco's going to make this one possible. He's got himself a 3rd. Single-handedly clears out that A bomb site, but Cirque bests him, and coldzera needs the kills. He has 2 seconds to chase down Cirque. If only that wallbang would connect, a thing of beauty it would have been. But it's NRG with 14, and MIBR trails by 10.
Man, it was honestly a great round from MIBR. They did such a good job with the map control. They took Banana again at minimal health cost and minimal utility cost on their part. We can see the smokes that they saved coming into effect on Arch. They were able to shut off the rotates. They isolated a player on the site, but Breeze just went so hard on that spam. I mean, he hit that Thomas 2K and made it just look so simple. It's a spot that everyone knows he's going to be in, and he still gets those kills.
Whoa, the aggression. Not shying away from the gunfights at all. Cirque supports Breeze. At least enough to trade him, but there is a casualty here for NRG.
No ground made up,
yeah.
And they get shut down early at mid. Taco did such a good job last round too.
Scout's been left behind, so Taco's still going to be playing off the Deagle as he comes out from the apartments, leaving his 2 teammates alone towards mid. They're going to split. Possibly down boiler? No. He's going to move that bomb closer to the balcony. I mean, Taco was the real difference maker in the previous round. You know, 3 kills on this A bomb site. Daps can't manage to keep the bomb inside of the apartments, but he'll still pick up his kill. And Cirque just needs 1 bullet to seal the deal in the 19th round. Folks, it's 15-4. 15-4, 11 map points to open up shop. This was a series that I anticipated would be close, and maybe it still will be in terms of maps, but Inferno, well, this is as one-sided as it gets.
Yeah, it's definitely a wash. It's funny, Fur is like the lowest kills right now, and he also tweeted jokingly today that it was his
last event with MIBR.
That was actually really well worded. Gotta say, he's a good troll. He didn't like oversell it. That was a solid flash.
How about that frag?
Not bad.
You'll take it.
It was kind of like on the mark. It just didn't do as much damage as it should have.
That's frag grenades for you.
That's frag grenades, yeah.
That's not human error.
For sure.
That's just digital inconsistency.
I think they should do like a tiny bit of wallbang damage so that like it makes up for when it lands at the pixel on a stair or something like that, that it still counts for something. Full exec into B.
Lots of mollies. Ethan, barely alive, actually sidesteps back into another grenade. Whoops. Here comes Daps. He's got the support potentially of the push through smoke. Tarek flashed, but doesn't go past the edge of this. Oh, he's being spammed at. Still stands, but not for much longer. They're very aware.
Yeah, he didn't have enough time. See that? You can see the trail from the flash. Tarek was just waiting. He wanted like 3 more seconds on that smoke. Breeze come around the corner and flash for him. But that didn't come out, and again, that's why rotates are so important. That round was fine. MIBR are doing a great job on T side. I know they lost that last round. I know this game is 4-15, but it's because their CT side was dog. This game, this side, they look a lot better, and you can kind of see them working. It's ironic to me because they can see what's so valuable about how they're fighting for map control on T side, but they couldn't see that
on CT side.
Yeah.
Right, good point.
So not a lot of nades, but they keep 4 alive on this round. Clean entries, and it wasn't like the entries were fantastic shots. They literally mollied someone to death because they got Cirque in the Molotov while blind, and he died. So that's one threat they didn't even have to see. And then the other player was stuck in oranges, so it was great. They took banana, the rotates were late. We saw Tarek get caught in that smoke, again, because MIBR forced them into that situation, so that was sick. Like one of those situations, again, where you're like, well, if they started the half on T side, they looked brilliant.
Right, but because we've already gone the 15 of their CT,
we know they're not.
Yeah, yeah, a little dull.
It still potentially could be a long game, and might be nice for them to get some confidence back by winning some rounds. So let's have at it. They haven't got an op here, and NRG have kind of a bonus going on. Well, it's a force up. It's not really a bonus.
Yeah, 2 MP9s, 2
whoa,
AUGs.
Man. There's 4 CTs on banana. Cirque's like, whoa.
Hey, guys.
Guys, wait.
I didn't sign up for this.
So what do they do with that? They threw a lot of stuff up mid, but they didn't take position at mid. It seemed like, I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe they were assuming that NRG were faking that they're going to have so many people on B.
This is dangerous, Cirque. If somebody comes out boiler, then he is screwed. But if it works out, that's what he'll get himself, a 5v4 as he plucks Fallen from mid. And now we're going to watch Breeze just kind of skulk back into the depths of pit. They're going to play into this passive setup. You know, we talk about CTs having to be a little bit more proactive in map control, but once you have a 5v4, I think that's when you let it slip.
Yeah.
You know, that's the trade-off.
So
Still.
Should be comfortable, and you got Breeze in pit.
He's on a little pit, though, so he's not going to have vision down lane. And in fact, with Tarek's spot just in the bomb site, it is completely free for the push. MIBR, they won't be challenged as they round that first corner. It's only once they get to the cusp of the bomb site. But the longer they wait, the more reinforcements arrive. Daps has now come over to support Ethan.
Yeah, Cirque can turn his attention away now. Makes it even harder to go lane.
Yep, but the flash is good enough to blind the players on the site. And the smoke as well just completely screws over Tarek, who now finds himself almost alone. No, completely alone, but 4 seconds left. He just has to stop the bomb and the game is done, but he doesn't all the time.
Yeah.
Even worse. Did Coldzera stop planting?
He planted at 3 seconds. There was just no time.
Oh.
He just literally had to plant sooner.
That's weird. That's weird, man.
Amachet's like, yeah, we'll take it.
He's just like, I told you guys.
Great job, boys. Yeah. Lock it up.
All right, NRG. Heartbreaking loss is how they finished last night versus Fnatic. You know, almost made the comeback on their choice of nuke. Now they've begun Inferno with a beautiful performance. 16-5 at the very end of this. I thought that bomb plant was going to go down.
But definitely don't conflate beautiful with the fact that, like, MIBR just looked bad.
Yeah, like it's not like NRG were all too tested. And I feel like, you know, that second half starts, or excuse me, if that second half is our first half, then maybe this game continues a little bit longer because that T side definitely had a little potential bit to it. You know, there was some sustenance. Yeah, all about it, folks. But we're going to be back. We will be back with Mirage after this. So let's see what MIBR can accomplish on their map choice. We saw a decent glimmer of hope starting to form itself on Inferno, and let's cross our fingers that it transitions into Mirage. We'll see you guys there in just a bit.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcade.